Hello children, welcome to our special English hour. Here we will learn lots of new things while having fun. Are you excited? Let's get started. Now let's learn some new words. You will see these words in the story when we read it. So I request you to please make a note of these words in your notebooks. Exhausted, exhausted, exhausted. I was exhausted because of lack of sleep. Tired, tired, tired. She was tired because she was not made the monitor of the class. Exquisite, exquisite, exquisite. There was an exquisite vase placed on the table. Enraged, enraged, enraged. He was enraged when the team did not win the match. Summoned, summoned, summoned. The king summoned the minister to the court. Children, do you like listening to music? I'm sure most of us love listening to music. When we listen to music, we feel calm and relaxed. There is music for every type of mood, and based on that, we choose the song that we want to listen to. I listen to music when I am doing household chores. I also listen to music when I feel a little stressed. It helps me calm down. Sometimes when I am not able to sleep, I listen to music. I listen to sounds of nature. It helps me go to sleep. Children, what type of music do you like to listen? There are many types of music, and these types of music are known as genres. They depend on the instruments and the way they sound. There are many genres in music. You have traditional, you have folk, you have classical, you have pop, you have rock, you have rap, and many more. The list is uncountable, but based on one's preference, they listen to that kind of music. Can you tell me who is your favorite? I have many favorites, and I don't have one particular favorite genre. But if I have to select one musician from our country, I love listening to A.R. Rahman's music. His music is very relatable and very different. He uses traditional and modern style, and he creates an amazing blend of both the styles. His music is very upbeaty and modern, and at the same time it has that old charm, which is why he is my favorite musician and singer. Children, can you all tell me what are the different instruments that one uses to create music? To create music, there is not a single instrument that is used. There are many musical instruments that are used to create music, and these instruments include guitar, tabla, sitar, and so on. Can you all guess why are we talking about music? Today our topic is about music. It's a story about a king and a musician in his court. Let's find out what happens in the story. Now, let's read a story from our textbooks. Please open page number 60 of your textbook. I will be reading the story and I request you to point at the words as I read them. And if you don't have a textbook, listen to me carefully. Slowly, gently, the exhausted musician laid his tanpura on the carpet. The exquisite strains of Rag Darbari still vibrated within the hall. Emperor Akbar looked up. His eyes lit with admiration. "Wonderful," he said. "Superb! I listen to you every day, but I can't seem to have enough." Tansen bowed in silent gratitude. "I think you have the most wonderful voice in the world," said Akbar. "But I don't, Shahanshah," said Tansen with a smile. "There is someone who sings far better than I do." This is a scene from Emperor Akbar's court. A musician has just finished his performance and everyone in the court is amused. This musician is none other than Tansen. When Akbar sees this performance, he tells Tansen that he has the most beautiful voice in the entire world. But Tansen doesn't agree. He says that there is someone who sings more beautifully than him. "Really?" cried the disbelieving Akbar. "Then I must have him sing in my court. Can you arrange it?" Tansen shook his head. "I am afraid he will not come, sire." "What? Not even if he hears that the emperor himself has summoned him?" "No, not even then." This reply would have enraged any other emperor. But Akbar was different. "Very well, Ustadji," said Akbar, smiling to Tansen's half-scared eyes. "If he doesn't come, I shall go to him myself. Will you take me to him?" "Yes, sire, provided you do not come as the Emperor of Hindustan. I shall go as a humble lover of music." When Akbar hears about this musician, he wants to get this musician to his court. But Tansen tells him that this musician will not agree to come to Akbar's court. Akbar was a bit confused. He was the Emperor of India, and can someone refuse an emperor's choice? Obviously not. But Tansen told him that this singer will not come. Any other emperor would have gotten furious, but not Akbar. He decided that since the singer won't come to him, he will go to the singer. But Tansen lays a condition. He says that this singer will only meet him if he goes as a common man and not as an emperor. Akbar agrees to this. Sant Haridas was the man Tansen had spoken of. He had been Tansen's music teacher and he lived the austere life of a hermit. When Tansen and the emperor reached his hut, he was busy with his daily chores. When they asked him to sing, he smiled but said firmly, "I am long past the age for singing." Even his favorite pupil could not persuade him to change his mind. But Tansen knew how to get round him. He offered to sing before his guru and he made a deliberate mistake. "That's not the right tone, Tansen," cried his teacher, amazed. "What has happened to you?" This singer was none other than Sant Haridas. He was Tansen's teacher. When Akbar and Tansen reached Sant Haridas's house, they requested him to sing. But Sant Haridas told them that he had left his singing life a long time ago and he doesn't wish to go back to it again. Akbar was sad, but Tansen knew how to convince his teacher. He started singing and he deliberately made a mistake. His guru caught it quickly and he told how Tansen was not singing properly. Tansen did not seem to understand his teacher and he made the same mistake again. Exasperated, Sant Haridas took the tanpura from Tansen's hand and sang the right note. Then he went on to the next and the next. The music spread across the forest like the first glimmer of dawn or the fragrance of jasmine. Both Akbar and Tansen listened to him as if they were hypnotized, and the emperor realized that Tansen had spoken the truth. He had not known that music could be like this. He had certainly never heard anything like it before. Tansen started singing again. This time he made the same mistake. But Saint Haridas could not take it anymore. He grabbed the tanpura from Tansen and he started singing. Everyone in the forest was mesmerized, and Akbar now believed what Tansen had said was true. He had never heard anything like this. As they walked back, the emperor suddenly broke the silence to ask Tansen, "Why can't you sing like him, Ustadji?" Tansen smiled. "Shahanshah, I sing at your command, the command of the Emperor of Hindustan. But Guruji sings for one who is master of even kings, God. His music springs from the depth of his soul, free and unasked for. How can I expect my music to be so beautiful and divine?" After listening to Sant Haridas, Akbar and Tansen leave for their court. On the way, Akbar asks Tansen a question. He asks him that if Sant Haridas has trained you, why can't you sing as good as him? And to that, Tansen says that he sings for the Emperor of Hindustan. But Sant Haridas sings for God and he is the king of everyone, which is why he cannot sing as good as Sant Haridas. Children, can you tell me what did we learn from this story? This story shows a beautiful relationship between a student and his guru. This story also has a very strong message, and this message is that no amount of money can buy knowledge. इस कहानी से हमने ये सीखा कि हमारे पास कितना ही पैसा क्यों ना हो, लेकिन विद्या कभी खरीदी नहीं जा सकती. I hope you liked this story. Children, I hope you learned something new today. Now, it's time for you to sit back and relax while I tell you a wonderful story. The name of the story is World of Music, and this story is written by Shivika Nair. Vivan was going for a music concert. He was going with his mother. His mother's friend Radhika Masi was one of the performers. Vivan was very excited. विवान अपने मम्मी के साथ एक म्यूजिकल कॉन्सर्ट देखने जा रहा था. इस कॉन्सर्ट में उसकी मम्मी की दोस्त राधिका मासी एक परफॉर्मर थी. When they reached the concert, Radhika Masi caught hold of Vivan's hand and told him that she wants to give him a surprise, and Vivan went away with Radhika Masi. जब विवान और उसकी मम्मी कॉन्सर्ट पे पहुंचे तो राधिका मासी ने विवान से कहा कि उनके पास उसके लिए एक सरप्राइज है. वो विवान की उंगली थामे उसे कहीं ले गई. Everyone followed Masi. Masi stood outside a room and waited. Vivan peeped inside the room. मासी के पीछे पीछे सारे लोग चलने लग गए. मासी एक कमरे के बाहर आके खड़ी रह जाती है और विवान कमरे के अंदर झांक के देखता है. And what does he see inside? The room is filled with musical instruments. विवान जब अंदर झांक के देखता है तो पूरे कमरे में बहुत सारे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होते हैं. Vivan was seeing musical instruments for the first time. He asked his Masi, "What are these?" His Masi said that these are musical instruments and we use them to create music. She tells him that she will show him every musical instrument and how does one play it. विवान जब इतने सारे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स देखता है तब वो सरप्राइज हो जाता है. उसने कभी भी म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स नहीं देखे थे, इसीलिए वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड भी होता है. उसकी मासी उसे समझाती है कि वो उसे हर म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन देगी। The first instrument that Vivan sees is the harmonium. His Masi explains to him that it has bellows, keys and stops. You need to sit on the floor and create music with this instrument. विवान की मासी उसे हारमोनियम के बारे में बताती है और विवान को हारमोनियम देख के ये लगता है कि ये एक बहुत बड़ा बक्सा है। Next instrument is tabla. Masi tells Vivan that tabla always comes in pair and they each have a cushion. She also tells him how sound is created on tabla, and to create sound on tabla you require to tap your feet on the circles that is between the tabla. अगला इंस्ट्रूमेंट मासी जो विवान को समझाती है वो होता है तबला। मासी उसे बताती है कि तबला हमेशा जोड़ी में आता है। अगर हमें तबला बजाना हो तो हम अपनी उंगलियों का प्रयोग करते हैं। Now, the next musical instrument that they see is a sitar. This instrument is famous all over the world. It is round in shape from the bottom and it has a very tall neck. Does any other musical instrument come to your mind when you think of sitar? Yes, it is guitar. मासी विवान को सितार के बारे में बताती है। वो उसे कहती है कि सितार सिर्फ भारत में नहीं बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में फेमस है। सितार एक गिटार की तरह ही काम करता है। The next musical instrument that they explore is a flute. This is a hollow musical instrument. You need to blow air and tap or move your fingers. This is always carried by Lord Krishna. This has a melodious tune to it. अगला इंस्ट्रूमेंट जिसके बारे में विवान को मासी जानकारी देती है वो होता है फ्लूट। फ्लूट को हम हवा मार के बजाते हैं। फ्लूट हमेशा कृष्ण के पास रहती है। The next musical instrument that they see is Shehnai. Masi asks Vivan if he had heard or seen this musical instrument anywhere, and Vivan remembers. It was in Masi's wedding. अगला म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट जिसके बारे में मासी विवान को बताती है वो होती है शहनाई। शहनाई हमेशा शादियों में बजाई जाती है। Now, the concert is about to start. The musicians have taken their places on the stage and everyone in the audience is also going to their seats. अब कॉन्सर्ट शुरू होने वाला है। सारे म्यूजिशियंस अपनी अपनी जगहों पर जाके बैठ जाते हैं और सारे लोग भी अपनी अपनी सीट्स की तरफ जाके बैठ जाते हैं। And just like that, all the musical instruments are being played together to create melodious tunes. सारे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स यूज करके बहुत प्यारी धुन बजने लगती है। The entire crowd is enjoying this mesmerizing performance. I hope you liked the story. Now, for homework, I request you to write about 3 great musicians. Children, I hope you enjoyed today's session and you learned something new. Now, I will see you in our next session. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye.